Hi friends, today we will complete pages 73 and 74 in our math workbook. And boys and girls, this has to do with regrouping and subtraction. This is very hard, so just follow along and do the best you can. So let's start looking at number 1. 27 is the same as 110 and how many ones? Well, if you took 110 away from, take 110 away from 27, let's just say here we take one group of 10, 17. So 110 and 110 would equal 2 10s and then 7 ones. 15 is the same as 0 10s and 15 ones. 30 is the same as 2 10s, and so if you took 2 10s away, you would have one group, you would have 10 ones. It's really hard. Okay, so let's talk about subtraction number 4. So there's a couple ways we could do this. You could use a hundreds chart and just count backwards that many, or you can just take away with what's called regrouping. So 6 minus 23. 23, 2 groups of 10, 3 ones, and 6 is just 6. So you have to make sure you line them up correctly. 6 minus 3. You cannot take 6 away from 3, so you have to go next door and borrow. This becomes a 1. This becomes 13. 13 minus 6 is 7, and 1 minus 0 is 1. So if you were to count up from 16 plus 6, you would get 23. Again, now we're going to move over to number 5. Tens and ones. You cannot take 8 away from 4, so you go next door and borrow. Okay, 2 becomes a 1, 4 becomes 14. 8. Take away 14, take away 8 is going to equal 6. And then we just 1 minus 0 is 1. 16. And again, if you had 16 and you counted up 8 on a number, on a hundreds chart, you would get to 24. All right, 33 minus 5. Again, get your tens and ones column. You cannot take 5 away from 3, so you go next door and borrow. This becomes 2, this becomes 13. 13, take away 5 is 8. 2 minus 0 is 2, 28. Again, tens and ones. You cannot take 9 away from 6, so you go next door, borrow. 3 becomes a 2, 6 becomes 16. 9 minus 16 is 7. 2 minus 0 is 2. Okay, again, you cannot take 6 away from 5, so you have to borrow. This becomes a 1, this becomes 15. 6 minus 15 is 9. 1 minus 1 is 0. The answer is 9. 20 minus 18. You cannot take 8 away from 0, so we go next door and borrow. This becomes a 10. 8. 10 minus 8 is 2. 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay, we're not ready to go to the next page. Just hit the pause button. Fill in the missing number. Okay. 21 is the same as, well, you can count back 5, or we can fill in this 21 and 0, 5. Okay, you cannot take 5 away from 1, so we borrow. 11, take away 5 is 6. 1 minus 0 is 1. The answer is 16. 21 minus 5 is 16. Number 11, 36 minus 7. We cannot take 7 away from 6, so we borrow. 16 minus 7 is 9. 2 minus 0 is 2. The answer is 29. All right, let's go down. The next one, 25 minus 18. We cannot take 8 from 5, so we go next door and borrow. 2 becomes a 1, 5 becomes 15. 15 minus 8 is 7. 1 minus 1 is 0. The answer is 7. Okay. Number 13, 31 minus 18. We cannot take 8 away from 1, so we go next door and borrow. Becomes a 2, becomes an 11. 11 minus 8 is 3. 2 minus 1 is 1. The answer is 13. Okay, then we have 32 minus 14. We cannot take 4 from 2, so we borrow. This becomes a 2, this becomes 12. 12 minus 4 is 8. 2 minus 1 is 1. The answer is 18. And number 30, or number 15, 30 minus 17. We cannot take 7 from 0, so we borrow. This becomes a 2, this becomes 10. 10 minus 7 is 3. 2 minus 1 is 1. The answer is 13. Again, pretty hard. You'll do a lot more of this in second grade, so just follow along for now. Okay, if you're not finished, hit pause. If you're ready to move on, you can take a picture to show you work on Seesaw. Thank you.